In the quiet seaside town of Evermere, where the ocean hummed lullabies to the shore and the lighthouse stood as a silent guardian of the waves, lived a young woman named Alara Whitmore. She was a writer, lost in the romance of her own stories but untouched by love herself. Every evening, she sat by the cliffs, watching the sun dip into the horizon, imagining tales of lovers separated by fate yet destined to reunite. One day, while scribbling a new story, a gust of wind snatched her notebook from her lap and sent it tumbling toward the sea. She gasped, scrambling after it, but it was already beyond reach. Just as she thought her words were lost, a voice called out, "I've got it!" A man, soaked to the bone, emerged from the waves, holding her notebook aloft. He was tall, with dark curls plastered to his forehead, his clothes clinging to his frame. But what caught Alara's attention the most were his eyes, deep, stormy blue, like the very ocean behind him. As he handed her the dripping pages, he smiled. A writer should never let her words drift away. Alara took the notebook with trembling hands, staring at the man before her. "Thank you," she breathed. "Adrian," he introduced himself, wringing water from his sleeves. "Adrian Calloway. Just docked here this morning." "You're a sailor?" she asked, glancing at the ships moored at the harbor. He nodded. "Been sailing since I was 16. The sea is my home." That night, as the town quieted and lanterns flickered to life, they sat by the docks, talking for hours. Adrian told her about the places he'd seen, the bustling markets of Morocco, the golden temples of India, the endless stars guiding him through the Caribbean. Alara, in turn, spoke of the characters she created, lovers who faced impossible odds yet always found their way back to each other. "I wish love was really like that," she murmured. "It can be," Adrian said softly. Their eyes met, and in that moment, something shifted, like the tide pulling them toward each other. From that night on, they were inseparable. Every evening, Adrian would meet Alara at the lighthouse, listening to her read from her stories as he traced patterns in the sand. He taught her how to read the stars, how to listen to the whispers of the ocean. She, in turn, taught him about the power of words, how love could live forever in ink. For the first time in her life, Alara wasn't just writing about love, she was living it. One night, as they stood beneath a sky full of stars, Adrian held her hands in his. "Alara, when I'm with you, I feel like I've finally found my true home." Tears pricked her eyes. "Then stay," she whispered. He cupped her face gently. "I wish I could, but the sea always calls me back. I have one last voyage before I can return for good. Will you wait for me?" She nodded, her voice trembling. "Always." From the pocket of her coat, she pulled out a letter, sealed with wax. "Promise me you won't open this until you're far away." Adrian took it, pressing a kiss to her forehead. "I promise." The next morning, he was gone, his ship vanishing into the horizon. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. Alara wrote him a letter every day, pouring her love, her fears, her longing onto paper. She took them to the harbor, entrusting them to sailors who promised to deliver them to whatever port Adrian reached next. But no letters came in return. Then, one stormy evening, she overheard a group of fishermen whispering at the tavern. "The Celeste went down in the storm last month. No survivors." The words struck her like a dagger. She ran to the lighthouse, her heart pounding. This wasn't how their story was supposed to end. He had promised to return. For weeks, she refused to believe it. She continued to send letters. Continued to wait by the shore. But the seasons changed, and Adrian's ship never came back. Her world became quiet. And yet, she never stopped writing. Years passed. The once vibrant Alara became a ghost of herself, her only solace the stories she wrote and the lighthouse where she once waited for Adrian. Then, one autumn evening, as she sat at her desk, a knock echoed through her small cottage. A sailor stood at her doorstep, holding out an envelope. "This washed ashore weeks ago, off the coast of Ireland. The captain thought it was just debris, but when I saw the name, I knew it belonged to you. With trembling hands, she took it. The envelope was aged, its edges worn from the sea. But her name was still clear. She tore it open. It was Adrian's handwriting. My love, I never meant to break my promise. The storm was cruel, and I was lost at sea. But even as the waves took me, I held your letter close. And now, in another place beyond this world, I finally read your words. You wrote, "No matter where you go, my love will find you." And it did. It always will. I am sorry. I love you. I will find you again, one day. Forever yours, Adrian. Tears blurred her vision as she clutched the letter to her chest. That night, she walked to the lighthouse one last time, the wind carrying whispers of a familiar voice. As she closed her eyes, she imagined Adrian's arms around her, his laughter mixing with the ocean breeze. And when the morning came, Alara was gone, leaving only an open notebook behind. The last page bore a single line. No matter where you go, my love will find you.